I apologize for the delay. If everyone can please, if you haven't already done so, please put away any devices or cell phones or work from other classes that you were working on the last few minutes. Thank you for your patience. And please turn to the first section of notes in your notebooks. I am hoping that this chapter is review, or mostly review for you guys. I realize that for most of you, Algebra 2 was a long time ago. Precalculus is a very algebra-heavy subject, so I do want to spend some time just reviewing some of the more important things in algebra. The distance formula and the midpoint formula you may have learned in geometry, like the first chapter, although it's also sometimes covered in Algebra 1 or Algebra 2. So the distance formula, the distance d between 2 points, x1, y1, x2, y2 in the coordinate plane is d equals the square root of x1 minus x2, or x2 minus x1, doesn't really matter, plus y1 minus y2 squared. Whether it's x2 minus x1 or x1 minus x2, doesn't really matter because in the end you just square it. And I forgot to have you guys do this while we were waiting. If in the back there are some individual whiteboards. If you forgot your whiteboard marker or eraser today, there are also some whiteboard markers and eraser. Each team needs one. If you want to have more than one, you can. But occasionally throughout the notes, I'm going to ask you guys to try to solve a problem and then hold up the answer. Okay, so if you could send one person from each team to grab a whiteboard, and if you have your own marker, no need to grab a marker. I have some extras there. I don't intend to replenish that pile of markers. So I'm hoping that everyone will have their own marker eventually, but it's like the first or second week of school. So if you don't have your markers yet, that's okay. Just grab them. And if everyone at your table wants to have their own whiteboard, that's okay too. There's plenty of whiteboards. I think there are like 30 whiteboards back there. So enough for everybody. Okay, so now you guys have the distance formula. Please find the distance between points 1, 5 and 6, 2. Give me your answer in simplest radical form. When you have your answer, just hold up your board. Wow, this is my quietest class. So once again, please give me your answer in simplest radical form. That's correct. Make sure your teammates know how you got that. If anyone has questions, awesome. Awesome. And if you have questions, please ask a teammate. Yes, that's right. Good job. Yes, that's right. Good job, ladies. Oh, right. Yes. Team 3, you guys close? Just give me simplest radical form. Oh, yeah. All right, everybody got it. So typically on problems, if everyone gets it right, I'll just ask, hey, does anyone want me to go over this one? And if you do, just let me know. I'm more than happy to go over all of them if necessary. Would anyone like me to go over this problem? Okay, then I'm just going to give you the answer and we'll move on. So the answer was root 34. Great job, ladies. Okay, example number 2, there's a typo, my bad. It says, prove that the figure determined by these 3 points, and then the sentence ends abruptly. So I'm going to change this one. I'd like you guys to work as a team, decide what you guys want to do, and tell me if this 3-sided figure is equilateral, isosceles, or scalene. And I am going to recommend that you split up the work. So for example, maybe one person can find the distance between these 2 points, another person can find the distance between these 2 points, and at the end you guys all compare and see what you got, okay? Because there are only 3 possible answers, your team is only going to have 1 chance to answer. And once you've answered, that's it. So make sure everyone on your team agrees before you hold up your board. Okay.
Right.
Are you in a bit? But you think. Great job. Okay. I'll give you guys 1 more minute. Are you changing?
Yes.
Okay. I guess I did say only 1 chance.
Or maybe we just got our
Alright, got about 30 seconds. Okay? I'm glad this problem is so hilarious. Well, I'm waiting because some people might be looking at other boards, and so I don't want to tell you if you got it right or wrong yet. Okay, you guys have an answer? Okay, everybody got it right. Wow. Would anyone like me to go over it? Okay, well, great then. Yes, the answer is isosceles. 2 of the answers were 5, and the other was 5 root 2, or root 50. Well done. Okay, well, let's move on to the midpoint formula. Okay, the midpoint formula, the midpoint of the line segment with endpoints A, B, C, D is basically the average of the x's and the average of the y's. So, with that in mind, please give me the midpoint of this line segment, and let's do, why don't you give me your answer in decimal form? Yeah, if a decimal is needed, please give me your answer in decimal form. If necessary, you know.
So it can be fractional.
That's correct. Yeah, so please give it to me in decimal form. If a decimal is needed, that's correct. That's correct. Good job, ladies.
Yeah. I don't know if that's right.
That's correct. Could you give it to me in decimal form? It is correct, though. Correct. All right, everybody got it right. Would anyone like me to go over this one? You guys are on fire. Wow. All right. Okay, another equation. The standard form of the equation of a circle with center HK and radius R is as follows. I already messed up. Hold up. I keep the whiteout industry in business. I have 3 of them in my desk drawer right now. Okay. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. And this is where hk is the center and r is the radius. With that in mind, please find the standard form equation of the circle with this center and this radius. You do not need to FOIL. Okay, do not FOIL. Give it to me in standard form. You're doing example number 4.
But what is
HK represents the center, and it is in the form of an ordered pair. Okay?
So X is a wrong.
So discuss with your team, see if you can figure it out. Again, no need to FOIL. No need to FOIL. Any minus negatives can become positive. You can square numbers, but don't FOIL. Leave it in standard form. Yes.
Just like an equation.
Yes. Yeah, you guys aren't going to get a numerical answer. You're giving me an equation. The equation is the answer. Yes, you can square the 8, but yes. Yes. Great job, ladies. Yes. Great job. No need to FOIL. Give it to me in standard form, so in that form. You're just plugging in numbers and leaving. Oh, great job. Excuse me. Thank you. I'm waiting for team 5. You guys close team 5?
Yeah.
Awesome. And please make sure everyone on your team knows how you're getting these. If you have a question, you forgot your HK. Oh, did you FOIL it?
No.
Let me see what you guys do.
Oh, this is right. Yeah, I did.
It looks so natural.
Oh,
Where did you do it?
All right, team 5 got it. They just simplified it. Yeah, you just leave it in standard form. All right, so everybody got it. Would anyone like me to go over it? Okay, please let me know if there is one you want me to go over. I'm more than happy to. Okay, so this is HK. This is R, so the answer is x plus 4 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 64 because 8 squared is 64. Great job, ladies. Okay, enough geometry review. Let's review some actual algebra. Go ahead and solve for x. And this time, let's do fractions. If you end up with a fraction, please give it to me as a simplified improper fraction. That's a mixed number, but it is correct. Yes. Okay, so teams, yes. So 3 and 4 got it. And make sure your teammates know how you're getting this. If you have a question, ask a teammate or ask me. Yes. Well done. Yes, well done. That's correct. Great job. All right, once again, everybody got it. Would anyone like me to go over this one? There are a lot of steps here. Okay, great. So x is 5 over 2. Well done, ladies. Okay. All right, try this one.
Oh, wait. Did you divide by 8?
Yes.
Did you divide? Yeah, you
Make sure your teammates know how you got that, okay?
You divide by 8.
Great job. It's not right. Sorry. And if you're understanding this, maybe help out your teammates. If you're not understanding this, that's okay, but make sure you ask. Ask either a teammate or ask me.
Because you can just make this down to 2.
That's correct.
Well done.
Yes, well done. Great job, ladies.
And then we will multiply the 2. 16.
I didn't divide it.
Oh.
Yes, yes. All right. Wow. Again, everybody got it? Questions? Want me to go over it?
Yes.
I got you. Okay. This one is a tricky one. All right. So, I recommend in situations like this that you get rid of the fraction. There are different ways you can do this. I am going to multiply both sides by 8. When I do that, this 8 cancels out this 8. I've got 5y minus 2. I'm going to distribute the 8 here. 8 times 2 is 16. 8y divided by 4 is 2y. Does everyone see how I got to that step? Okay. So then from here, I'm going to subtract 2y from both sides. I've got 3y minus 2 equals 16. I'm going to add 2 to both sides. 3y equals 18. Divide both sides by 3. Y equals 6. And if there was a y in the denominator, you would want to plug it in to make sure you don't get any zeros anywhere. But in this case, there are no y's in the denominator, so we're good. Any questions? Okay, all right, let's move on to inequalities. Yes, yes. It just wasn't meant to stand forever. It stood for a while, though. It lasted most of class.
So sorry.
Question? Mm-hmm. Ladies, shh. Sorry.
So you distribute the 8 on the other side
Mm-hmm.
and the 4 times.
Yeah, so if you distribute it, you end up with 8y over 4,
Oh.
and 8y over 4 becomes 2y.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't show that step. Good question. Thank you. Oh, I'm trapped. Thank you. Okay, I'm still learning everyone's names. Annalisa, Danica, Sadie, and Marisol. In this class.
Can you repeat?
Annalisa, Danica, Sadie, and Marisol. Yeah. Okay. I apologize.
Does it say what classes are there?
Room 6, Jay Rodriguez.
Maybe it's in
Do you love?
Oh, my people. Hi, this is Jenny Rodriguez. Someone, an office just dropped off an office request, and it's the wrong class. Oh, is it for July G? I apologize.
This change?
Oh, okay. Okay, all right. Okay, I got you. All right, I will pass out during Love G. Makes sense. Okay, thank you so much. You guys are right, Love G. Okay, so inequalities. Oh, any other questions on this one? Okay, let's move on to inequalities. Go ahead and solve for x here. You guys are so fast. Hold on. Where's my key? Okay. I guess we can do fractions. Yes, yes. Yes. In the future, x should be on the left side, but I see what you mean. Yeah.
Oh.
It is correct. Just switch it. Yeah. So hold on. Teams 1 and 4. Teams 1, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You got it. Yeah. Team 5, did you guys already answer?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got you.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Everybody got it? Would anyone like me to go over it? Okay. Well, then the answer is x is greater than or equal to -7 over 2 or -3.5. Give me the solution in interval notation. Ooh, okay. Finally, a problem that challenges you. You guys are all like getting these right, like no problem. Okay, give me this answer in interval notation. Reach back to freshman year. Yes. There's like parentheses and brackets. It's kind of like that. I'm not saying that's the answer, but it's not. But yeah. Well, write what you think on your board.
I'm gonna draw it out.
Finally, I got one that challenged you. I was about to think that maybe we should have just skipped this section.
I forgot about this.
Okay, so
Would it be like this?
it would be -7 because it is a bracket because of the and the x is greater. So is it
Yes, well done. Yes. Well done. Yes, great
I
job.
remember like where you.
So you guys remember this.
Yeah.
So this particular problem, give me the answer in interval notation. Yes.
No way!
Well done. How about you guys?
Okay.
I'll give it to you. This one is.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody got it? All right, ladies, everybody got it? Great job. We've got bracket -7/2, comma, infinity. Infinity and negative infinity always have a parentheses because infinity isn't really a number, it's more of a concept. Okay, any questions on this problem? Okay, cool. All right, go ahead and solve this next one. Please give me the answer and interval notation. And watch your parentheses and brackets.
Yeah.
Yes. Good job. As you get these, make sure your teammates are getting them too. That's correct. And if you have questions, please ask your teammates. Work together. Help each other out. Yes, but can you give me the answer in interval notation? Actually, you know what? It's not right. It was very close, though. Don't start over. There's a super small mistake somewhere.
That's what I did.
You're doing your way. No. Yeah, see? Right?
Oh, we got it. Yeah. Moses is right.
Yeah, sure. Just sign out. Yes.
Yes. Okay. No.
That's correct. Now give it to me in interval notation. Right? I'll give you guys 1 more minute. One more minute. You're team 4. Yes. Yes. So you guys, teams 1, 2, and 4 have already answered. Yes.
Oh my god, I got it.
Yes. Actually, I'll give it to you because I gave it to them. Parentheses. Because it's not underlined. You have a bracket. So it doesn't include. So if it was yes, can you give it to me in interval notation? Yes. That would be correct. Yes. And Math Excel will mark it wrong if you get the
So it would be like this.
yes. Yep, you got it. See, you guys remember this.
I know.
Okay, so long ago, I know. Yes. All right. Again, everybody got it. Would anyone like me to go over it? Yes. Yes, okay. So, once again, I recommend that you get rid of the fraction. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 12. Yeah, that's the least common multiple. So 12x over 3 is 4x. 12 over 2 is 6. 12x over 4 is 3x. 12 over 3 is 4. So then I'm just going to proceed like I'm solving an equation. Subtract 3x from both sides. I've got x plus 6 is greater than 4. Subtract 6 from both sides. Yes.
No. It's
Okay. Gotcha. X is greater than negative 2. So this is the answer, and in interval notation, it's parentheses, negative 2 to infinity. The reason it's a parentheses and not a bracket is because this is not underlined. So it does not include negative 2. It's everything right up to negative 2. Yes?
When it's closed circle, is it one that has underlined? Or one is
Yes, if you're graphing it on a number line,
Yeah.
yes. Depending on the textbook you use, sometimes they'll use open and closed circles, and sometimes they will actually use brackets and parentheses on the number line. So they mean the same thing. Okay, last problem. Any questions on this one? Okay, you guys got this. You guys have gotten every other problem. So far, it is a tie score at maximum points. Go ahead and solve for x and give it to me in interval notation. It is, that's correct. Make sure your teammates know how you got that, okay? Yes. Good job.
Okay, so when you yeah, I know. Because usually, like,
Your team already got it, at least. But maybe help her out.
Not interval notation.
That is correct. You just give it to me in interval notation now. So that is correct. There should be an underline.
I forgot how to do this. Like that.
I know.
Or you just do it on notation. Oh my gosh, wait.
All right, because of time, I'm going to give you guys one more minute. Yes. Yes, can you give it to me in interval notation? But it is correct. How close are you guys?
Very.
Yes. All right, everybody got it? Go over it?
Yes.
I got you. Okay, so the only difference between this one and the previous one is that this time when you're getting rid of the fraction, you need to multiply all three sides by the denominator. Okay, ladies? When I do that, I'm going to get negative 9 is less than 2x plus 5 is less than or equal to 15. And then you just proceed like normal. So subtract 5 from both sides. I've got negative 14 is less than 2x less than or equal to 10. Divide by 2. I've got negative 7 is less than x is less than or equal to 5, which means I've got, this is a parentheses. Negative 7 to 5 bracket. Any questions on this problem? Or any of the problems? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so ladies, if I could get your attention for just one more minute, that's the end of the notes for this section or this group of sections. At the very bottom, you're going to see a little box that says summarize what you learned in class today. What I'd like you guys to do here is just spend a minute while everything is fresh in your mind. Make a note of what you might need to go back and review. Or if you're good on everything, you could just write, I'm good on everything. Just while everything is fresh in your mind, write whatever will help you so that later when you go back to study, you don't have to start from scratch. You already have kind of an idea of what you need to review and what you're okay with. Okay? All right, and we finished with 3 minutes to spare, so you are welcome to chill for a bit, or if you want, you can start your homework and get one problem done, whatever you would like to do. But please do not line up by the door. And please also put the whiteboards and markers and erasers back. Great job today, ladies. Wow, you guys all get 5 points.